Welcome back, everybody, to the Terrible Podcast. My name is Cheeto Torres, and today I am joined by one of those motherfuckers.
Brooke Whitaker.
I'm joined by Brooke and Eli. We have some other people that's going to be on probably within the next episode. So, what can you expect from us? We got a lot to talk about today. What can you expect from us? Well, we're gonna be talking about just like the last season. We're gonna be talking about a lot of shit, man. We're gonna be talking about a lot of fun stuff. But today, we're gonna be talking about something that probably has been holding up in our chest for a pretty long time: high school graduation.
Hasn't been that long, sir.
Yeah. I feel like it was fitting to talk about. I know high school, I know graduations have been pretty much over for obviously a long time now, but August is coming up soon, back to school is coming up soon, and last year's juniors are now going to be seniors. So, do we have any advice for the upcoming all the upcoming high schoolers and upcoming seniors?
Don't slack.
God don't.
Yeah, don't do what Eli did in the back of the class every single time.
Yeah.
Don't do. Yeah, don't do what I did.
Yeah, Eli was not swell, but
hey, I got honor roll though.
Yeah, you got honor roll at least.
Yeah, Eli.
So not many people get to do this, but all three of us actually got 2 graduations. Yeah. I'd probably say TCTC's graduation compared to my graduation was like, okay, overall it was 10 times better, but I think I was more emotional at my homeschool graduation. I think the only reason is because y'all fucking dipped.
Yeah.
So I was kind of just there with the landscape kids after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my homeschool graduation was pretty all right. I mean,
Same.
For the most part, it was kind of boring, and it was just not really that fun. But I don't know. I think like TCTC's graduation was like, it was really nice. It was really fun. But I think,
to be honest, that was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. But I think like the emotions didn't really hit there because I think it was more or less because like, okay, I'm not fully graduated yet, but then my homeschool graduation, it was boring. Like I was just looking around like, dude, I want to go home. I want to go home.
Sure.
And then after a while, I was just that's when the emotions hit. I was like, damn. I just
I barely made it to my homeschool graduation time.
Why don't you talk about that?
Well, I was at the district finals track meet, and it was in Cuyahoga Heights, and totally made it back as they were calling the names.
Yeah, I was there for that, and it was not fun. I was just sitting there. I was just
another thing. I didn't have time to change, so I had to wear my track uniform under my cap and gown, and I was wearing some whack Crocs, like whack ass Crocs.
Jeez. Eli, we actually didn't. I don't really remember you ever like posting much besides like you walking across the stage to your high school graduation. So I mean, what was that like?
It was real shit. That shit was boring as hell, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. We had like these speakers coming in, the valedictorians. Like that was nice. Good to see like one of my friends up there give him a speech. That was like about it. Yeah, ain't nothing special really happened.
Yeah, I mean, I see. I guess. I thought high school I don't really care for high school graduations. I mean, it's just like I didn't really care for school at all. I guess it's more or less at this point. It's just like, excuse me there. Wow.
All I wanted was my freaking. I wanted that goddamn diploma and leave. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, I honestly.
Oh yeah, my graduation, we didn't even get our diplomas the same day. We had to go pick them up from the high school.
Man, that must suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess at this point it's just like I feel you know, the emotions started hitting like more, and I think, oh God, who joined us?
Someone join?
Did someone join? No, someone left and joined, I guess. Okay, that was weird. Oh no, it's Nick saying gay, bro. Hold on a minute. Um, ladies and gentlemen, give us a minute. We have one of our fellow
He
hosts
finally
joining us
arrived.
today. So
Did he
Yes.
finally wake his ass
I
up?
think he finally woke up. That's funny. That's funny. That is really funny. But I guess until he joins, I can continue what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I think it was more emotional only because of the fact that I realized that life is going to change dramatically, and it already has. Like
Oh, bro,
you,
oh God.
you know, it's
I'm
just
scared.
like, yeah, it's
I'm
just like
scared.
there's a lot more responsibilities now. There's a lot more everything, and it's amazing, and it's just like,
Overwhelming.
yeah, it's all overwhelming and all that, you know, and you know, seeing this year, you know, there's just so much memories that I wish that I could go back, and you know, there's a lot of regrets from high school that I wish I could go back and change. You know, I think that's everybody.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's
For
usually
sure.
everybody, and it's just like
100%.
you know, it's just like there's so much more I wish I could have done with my sports and all that, and there's so much more I wish I could have done with
Oh,
everything.
I don't even get on that subject, bro.
Yeah.
Ah,
You know, I'm gonna miss everybody. You know, I'd say my first 2 years of high school, like actually being at my home school, it wasn't that great, but like, you know, being at
TCT,
TCTC,
it was
yeah,
man, it was cool. I ain't gonna lie, it was cool.
that created the most memories, and it was just like, you know,
Yeah.
there was so much that happened at TCTC, whether it was good or bad, you know, but it created the most memories. You know,
Hell yeah.
I've had the most amount of friendships that I've ever had. You know, although I wouldn't necessarily say talk to a lot of them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I guess it's just different interests and all that, just different paths and all that. But you know, I mean, a lot of us still has each other. You know, actually, every single person that's within this podcast actually all attended TCTC, and that's
Yeah.
you know,
That's how we all met.
yeah, and this whole podcast was
Yeah.
like, you know, getting experience with, and it kind of just, you know, showed us how we all, you know, how we all do this now. We know how to
Bro,
do
chill.
this.
This is like our third podcast we've done together since
Yeah.
junior year.
Yeah, we did.
That's sad.
I know. I remember when Hayden had COVID and all that. You know, we did this podcast back in season 1. Yeah, that was that was a funny thing.
Yeah, I'm new to this podcast, so
Yeah, everybody in that podcast, besides I think me and Alec, were all under the influence. Man, you know, speaking of high school, man, let's talk about some memories, and I think that's one of them, man. You tell us about that. You tell us about that sound room, man. It's all over now, so no one's gonna care.
Man, shit. So like, how to even start off? I don't even remember it, like,
well,
vividly.
okay, so you know, me, Alec, Hayden, and Colin all had to do that stuff for like BPA and all that for our podcast, and then I mean,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
just kind of
Yeah.
I was just kind of bored, and I was just like, yo, why don't we make a podcast?
Yeah.
I feel like people
I remember
would
me and
tune
Jake
into that
wanted to
shit.
tag in. So
Yeah.
we just came in, bro.
Yeah,
That's
and then,
when-
yeah, and
that's
then
when-
everybody was just in there just fucking hotboxing. I'm like, are you serious?
The hotbox that whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
When Mr. Durant opened the door and the smoke was coming out, bro, I was like, oh no. But he didn't say anything.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't say anything. That's why I'm just sitting there. It's like, how?
yeah, he
I was
definitely
like-
knew though.
I was like, how?
How?
I was like, what is this?
I'm like, there's no way he didn't see that, bro.
I was just like, what is this?
And Colin, when he closed the door, he was like, Eli, do not look at Mr. Durant again. I was like, why? Because my eyes was like widened and there's like pink lines like all over my eye. Bro, the reason why I was staring at him was because I was like, I ain't know what to say because I was so fucking high. I was like, oh, I was panicking like in my mind.
Oh my god. So, you know, Brooke, what kind of memories did you have in high? Like, what would you say your favorite memory was?
In high school in general or at TCTC?
I mean both. Yeah, high school in general
Yeah.
at TCTC.
Well, there's a memory that I like to look back and laugh on because it's so stupid. And that's when my so-called best friend dropped me because my boobs were bigger than
my
hers.
God. Yeah, I remember. I remember that story. I could imagine. I could imagine just being like, yeah, nah. just,
Nah.
just looks just like, a little too big for me there, fella. Gonna have to move on.
Move on from this.
Yeah, I just that would just be like the one of the funniest. Like I wouldn't even be mad if somebody did that. Like if I were a female, I wouldn't be mad. I'd just be sitting there like, well, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That's an ego boost. That's an ego boost.
Yeah, she was always like, "Oh, you make me feel so insecure about myself because I don't have any." And
I would just
I was
sit there.
like, "Really?"
I would just sit there and be like, good, cry about it. I was like,
Right,
cry
right.
about it.
She fishing for compliments, bro.
Yeah, what do you think your favorite memory at TCTC was?
Probably the time we all hid the pickle up in the ceiling,
Dude, Durant found that.
wrapped in a Trolls poster. He knew it was up there, and he made the juniors get it down.
I was wondering if he ever found that. Like I'm pretty sure Hayden hid that in like so many different spots. Like I remember it being like really close to the podcast table. That I know he. I remember him putting it in the
closet, storage room, whatever that.
Yeah, and he should have left it in there. If he left it in there, I don't think anybody would have found it.
Nobody would have found that.
No chance anybody would have found that.
Yeah, it was such
only reason that Duran knew it was in the ceiling is because one of the juniors snitched on Hayden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know why those juniors got to be so fucking uptight, dude. I mean, all respect to them. You know, they're the captains now. But man, let the joke play out, man. You only get to live senior year once, and you're ruining it.
Yeah.
Like our ducks, bro.
Yeah, the ducks, man. I mean,
yeah, the one that Eli hit fell into the light when Araja went to go get it out.
Yeah, dude. I hate that. You know, I should have never said anything. Actually, no, I don't even think I said anything. Somebody else said something or like that because like they were like no one would have never found the duck that I hid, but I hid it perfect. You would have never found that until next. No one would have ever found that till next year. Like that was the one duck that no one found, and then So I don't know if I snitched on myself or somebody snitched on me. They're like, oh, I found it. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. Yeah, so Eli, circling back, what was your favorite memory at your homeschool? Would you say?
I'd say.
Yes, think about
that. You said what?
I say you gotta think about that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I'd probably say freshman year. It was my first year wrestling, and we won this sectionals tournament. I'd say that's like my favorite memory. We tried to pick up our fucking big ass coach, bro. We took pictures as a team on the podium, and we were singing songs. We were singing fucking songs like all the way back from fucking, I think it was Beechwood to Liberty. That's like the only memory I could. I got some more memories, but inappropriate.
Man, it does. Listen, high school's over. Who gives a shit, man? We can talk about them all. I'd probably say like my favorite memory from my homeschool. There's so many. Like there's so many favorite memories and all that. Like there's been so much, especially I think sophomore year was probably like one of my more favorite years when I was at my homeschool still.
Yeah.
Like minus school ending because of COVID, but like there was so much that happened. Like
I feel like that was like the golden year for me too.
Yeah,
Like
that
a
was.
lot happened.
Yeah,
Sophomore
I
year,
feel
bro.
like sophomore year for everybody was like the peak of everybody's high school career and all that.
It most definitely was, bro.
Like senior year
And
was. I
when
mean,
we got
senior
hit with
year.
that core team fucked us, bro.
Oh yeah. I mean, senior year overall was my favorite year, but that was because there was just like so much to. It was just because there was so much to do.
It honestly was, bro.
Yeah, and like I got so many opportunities. Like we got to go to Texas. Well, I mean you didn't, but we got to go to
Listen,
Texas.
I didn't even want to, bro. Fuck BPA, bro. BPA
Yeah.
can suck my dick.
Bro, and Texas was fun though. I mean, I'll tell you that Texas was really
I
fun.
mean, yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, state could have been a lot better. Okay, the only thing that probably should have been better with Texas, I guess that was one of my more favorite memories. Actually, was going to Texas for that.
Hey,
But
bro, y'all know about the shit with Olivia and Alec at Texas?
oh my
Oh
god,
my god.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was some crazy bullshit, man.
That
Let
was
me tell
weird
you.
as fuck.
I
That
feel
was weird.
I feel like I feel bad for
Not
Alex
the-
because I feel like
bro,
that
I
just
just-
ruined his whole trip because everybody saw him as like a pervert or something like that.
Right, bro. Like, no, I knew Alec was,
Yeah, because
No,
all
I-
of them are gonna believe her over him.
bro. And Olivia, that was not her first time doing that, bro. Not her first time.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not surprised, but yeah, Texas over. I mean, the only thing that would have been better about Texas, number one, had we gone to that damn rodeo,
Yeah.
we didn't even get to go
Duran
to that.
duped us out of the rodeo.
or hoedown, whatever it's called. The other thing was also like, it was a hotel we were at. You know, the whole BPA decided to throw the entire state of Ohio into one freaking hotel.
Really?
And then the
the
rest of them were at the
Yeah,
competition
the one
hall.
thing that sucked about this hotel is that I had to like Uber Eats so much stuff to that hotel just because I was getting so sick and tired of eating McDonald's every single day because they had
That was the only thing they had.
they had this
Oh,
little
I
mini
hate
they had this little mini
Yeah.
mall that was connected, like it was a completely separate building but it was connected to the hotel, and all you really had to eat was either this little bakery thing,
Mm-hmm.
this expensive wing shop thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was like that wing shop was really good, but it was so expensive. Or you had McDonald's, or if you wanted like a smoothie or something, you had this boba tea, or was it boba tea? No, what was it? Smoothie King.
Smoothie King.
Yeah, Smoothie King. That's what it was. That's all you had, and it was the most after being there for 5 days eating the same thing, you're like, damn, this really freaking sucks. I wish I had something better to eat.
You can't forget about all of the thunderstorm watches and warnings while we were
dude,
down there.
Yeah, dude, there was literally like a tornado on the other side of Dallas, and we're just chilling.
Hey, listen,
We're just all in the pool chilling.
Hey, bro, y'all missed out, bro. We was chilling in the program, bro. That's when me, Alec, and Jacob made our iconic photo with our shirts off. Right now I would love to turn my camera on, but I don't know that type of podcast.
Yeah, no, I just have a little graphic. You'll see the graphic, and I honestly think it looks really sick. But,
Bro, shit, I was sending in the group chat though.
yeah. But I mean, overall, Texas is really fun. Like me and Alec got to bond a lot over Texas, and I mean, it's kind of a shame me and him don't really talk that much now.
Yeah,
But I mean,
honestly, I miss Alec, bro.
Yeah, it's not anything against him. Like it's not. We don't have anything against each other. It's not like we're like we're being fake towards each other. It's just he has his own things going on. Like this dude's like the whole manager at Arby's and shit. Like, I imagine.
Captain Meat Slicer.
Yeah, that's why he got the nickname Captain Meat Slicer. But, I know that takes a lot. It takes a lot of time out of his day. I got a lot going on as well. Like, I finally, give me a round of applause. I finally got a job. Clap for me. Woo! Yeah, fuck you guys.
I tried clapping. I don't know if you heard me.
Nah, I didn't hear. But I wish me and him would got a lot. Like we got a lot closer over that. Like, I mean, me and him were already close. Like, I mean, he was like the one person that I was like extremely close to.
Yeah.
But like I think we got a lot closer. Now I know he's a lot closer with Hayden and all that, but that's because of like them going to the same college and shit, being roommates.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
I would just. Oh, never mind. The thought slipped my mind. I don't know what the hell I was gonna say.
I just committed to a college for wrestling.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Speaking, I guess I'll just say one last thing, and actually, we're gonna go into that topic.
But
So I think my favorite homeschool memory though was like, so me and one of my exes were arguing at the lunch table, right?
mhm.
And one of our buddies, out of nowhere, just like at like this babyish voice goes, "Mom, Dad, stop fighting!" Rips ass loud. The whole cafeteria can hear him.
Oh my
And we
god.
did not argue again for that whole lunch period, bro. We were just busting out laughing like that. That was like the funniest damn thing, and I think that was like my most favorite memory. Nick, if he was with that show, man, he would tell you about that story too.
Speaking of Nick, where the hell is he?
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought he was
yes, oh
trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
join.
Speaking of that, yeah, unfortunately he won't be here tonight. He's in the process of moving. He's gonna be moving to Florida soon. Yeah, he
Yeah.
just texted me being like, yeah, unfortunately, I'm still packing, so yeah, I won't be on this time.
Yeah, I feel it.
I'm gonna miss that, man. If there's any high school like I mean, I love all my friends, but like that dude's like a ride or die right there. But that's because he's been there since day fucking one.
Right, we all got our own friends. Like,
Yeah, he's been there since day fucking one.
Wait, you guys have friends?
yes. You
Yeah, we
don't
do.
have friends.
I don't have any friends.
Do you need some friends?
Yeah,
Yes, I need
all
friends.
our friends are fake as shit.
Listen, bro. Listen, if you get to share this podcast, say your social. Say your social.
Oh, cool.
I don't trust it that much.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
That's why you don't
Man,
have
I don't
friends.
man, I don't want some creepy old man
Listen,
adding my
man, I gave away
snap.
my socials
Bro,
once, and then
I
next
don't
thing you
have
know, I had
creepy
a.
old men. I don't have creepy old men on my fucking
You're also not a female.
True.
Anyway, heading into actually talking about it. So yeah, Eli accepted a wrestling offer at. You said it was Defiance.
Yes, sir.
What a fucking. Never mind.
Congrats.
Yeah, congrats, my friend. He's going to
Hey,
college.
Proud of you, Eli.
I didn't expect
I ain't gonna
that.
lie. Hey, bro. Me neither. I ain't expect this shit either, bro. This shit get 3 hours away. Yeah, the boondocks.
Yeah.
I'm yonder over wander, bro.
Yeah. That's. I mean, that's a fantastic thing. I mean, um, I just want to hear your journey about that. Like, like what, how. I think people might want to know. Damn, this kid's going to college for wrestling. How good was he? How good were you?
Bro, I got a whole fucking arc, bro. This starts, bro.
What do you?
Starts from the drug test.
I'd say what do you think your favorite match was like in wrestling?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a very good question. Okay. My favorite I know what my favorite match. My favorite match is when we went up to Garfield at their home and wrestled them. We didn't win. Well, you damn well we fought our asses off.
Whoa, did you win?
Of course.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say you better have.
What do you mean? Eli's always a winner.
Not all the time. But
I mean,
it's like
shit,
first
win enough to go to college, so.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
At least. But I think I think we was losing bad at first. Because Garfield, they had some big ass niggas on their team. I can't cap. And we was a small team. And pretty young too. It went from 106, 13, 20, then 26. And this where the match started getting hard. Our 26 was Josh Young. He was getting his ass beat first period, second period. Then he started turning up. He came back. He won that. Now 32. Wait, fuck. I think I fucked that up. Wait, no. No, I didn't. No. Okay, and Connor Burns, he was 132. He was getting beat badly. Can't even cap.
Jeez.
And then he came back too. and it almost went in overtime, but he won by a penalty point. That man came off that field. I'm not field. He came off that mat. He threw his headgear on the on the ground and started screaming. Everybody started rushing him. Everybody started rushing him. Got in the huddle, started screaming and jumping down. Then myth, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Juice Jones, family, 138.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, this dude, me and him wrestled before. Pinned him the first time we wrestled at a different tournament. So of course he's looking for revenge. You know, we going back and forth. Then when it come to second period, I start taking control. My last move I hit on this dude was an Eastern roll. And when I tell you I hit the most cleanest Eastern roll of my fucking high school career, dude, that shit was smooth as hell. The whole lineup, my whole sideline was screaming. And then we got that dub. And then at heavyweights, I love my heavyweights, but our heavyweights sold us.
Damn.
But overall, that was probably one of my favorite matches because we fought back with a really like a D2 school, bro. He was like D3. They were really good.
You know, there's this one kid from our school, Landon Duncan. He's actually heading into this year, he's actually the number 2 ranked wrestler in the state of Ohio. The only person that he's behind is the person who beat him.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to see what you guys would have did against what he would have done against you guys. I mean, this guy is a killer, and you know he's bringing.
Hell yeah, I know about him. I watched him.
He is a killer. I mean, like, you know, the fact, you know, everybody was going insane. The fact this guy was this close, just this close. Very close to being
he's the only one,
state
right?
champion.
He was the only one.
Yeah, he's the only wrestler, man. And you know, heading into the senior year, you know, being the only wrestler again. You know, after that, I feel, you know, wrestling is going to be done probably for my school. But you know, he has the chance, you know, and I'm hoping I will be cheering him on even though I'm no longer in school. You know, I will continue to cheer him on. This year, man, I hope this is the year that he brings home a title. Because that would just be insane, you know, for probably the last ever wrestling title you'll see at my school. You know, it'll be insane. You know, probably, you know, who knows? Maybe it might be the last the last title overall. You know, it would be insane to see.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You know, what other sports? You know, I know football. Is there any other sports that you did besides football?
No, not really.
Yeah. You know, I mean, how was football? You know, I didn't actually really get to like. I don't think I ever really got to talk it much about with you.
I think I was ass at football. Man, football was no sport for me, bro. I just played football because I liked it as a kid, bro.
Yeah, I play.
But I ain't gonna cap. There were some memories. It was a good memory.
I mean, any sport, you know, any sport always brings good memories. With team bonding. So, you know, speaking of also some titles and, you know, champions. We have you know, Brooke did track and all that, and this year she was a district runner-up in shot put, and I believe shot put, and a district champion.
Damn.
And in the discus. Yeah. So
how you feel about
yeah, how you feel about that?
It's nice, very nice. But then I moved on to regionals and got my ass handed to me on a silver platter.
I mean, you seen the people you were going against. I mean, that was like, you know, you had to like put some sort of like skill into that. You know, it's not saying that you weren't good. It's just like these people are like levels above, and like they got skill.
They're top their division, yeah, because it's like the top 3 go, I think. Top 2, top 3.
You know,
that's how it was from districts, bro.
Yeah, and even coming in losing, and even like, you know, not moving on or losing, you know, at least be glad. Like I always, you know, I was never that good at sports in high school, but I always said at least I did not finish last.
Yeah.
And that's like the one thing that you could say. I didn't finish last.
I almost finished dead last in shot put.
But how did you feel about, like, what was running through your head whenever you were taking that final throws and saying, "Wow, I might have a chance to move on here." What was running through your head whenever that was going on?
You talking about districts?
Yeah, districts.
I was really excited, but also like pressuring myself to do good because like everybody was counting on me. And so my coach was like on my ass the entire day.
Yeah.
But it was nerve-wracking, exciting, like mixed emotions the whole day.
Yeah, talk about your track season overall. How did it go for you? You think?
I felt like there was a lot of pressure being put on me, but that's how I felt since like 7th grade because I'm just naturally good at throwing. But there was like a lot of pressure. There was a lot of really good memories. I loved the people I threw with. Um, my coach wants me to come back and coach junior high next year.
I think the only thing, like the only, I guess this would be like a regret in your head at the same time. Like I feel like the only thing that could have been different with like track, and I feel like you could have been. The fact that it's like you don't really have that much strength. Let's be honest. You do have natural strength, but it's like you could have added so much more strength onto what you've had, and I felt like you could have been much better, especially in shot put, had you had lifted in the season. You have some natural strength, and that's just from not lifting at all. And I feel like you could have been so much better.
Man, I'm chunky. I got a lot behind me.
um, but yeah, she also did softball as well. Run us by that as well. How did obviously you didn't have like the greatest season when it came to like with the team, but overall you had like a fantastic season whenever you did.
Yeah. I've played softball since I was very young. Like I've played since T-ball, like up until senior year. Um, my senior year, I ended up playing shortstop and had a lot of really nice plays. Impressed a lot of people, but the team I was on wasn't really backing me up. And there was only like a couple girls that actually tried. So that was kind of upsetting, but
Yeah.
I played so many other sports too, so.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. I was gonna be like, what other sports did you play? Whenever, not necessarily high school, but like overall.
Oh, well, I've done track since 7th grade. Softball since I was little. I played basketball from 6th grade till freshman year. Quit because the coaches would yell in my face telling me that I sucked. I played volleyball for a day in 8th grade. Hated it. I wanted to try football, but the boys at Newton Falls are not the nicest, and they would have caused me to quit like the first day.
Yeah. I was never a sporty guy, and actually up until my freshman year of high school was the first time I ever played a sport. I played bowling pretty much my whole life, like ever since I was about 5 years old, and my only regret with that is I wish I would have cared enough to improve. Like, I quit bowling when I was 13. I was 13 years old when I quit, and I didn't play it again. No, I wasn't 13. I was 12. And I quit for about 2 years, and I think Eli accidentally got disconnected. Yeah, he did.
Bye, Eli.
Oh,
Oh, he's
there
back.
he is. Woo, he's back.
I did it again.
Anyway, but yeah, I did that. Quit for about 2 years. Then, my home school figured out was starting their inaugural bowling season, first ever bowling season, and I didn't try out. Well, there was no tryouts. Our school's so small that you could just show up and play. But I never tried. I just kind of sat there. But one of my old teammates that I bowled with when I was younger actually went to my school, and he was convincing me. He's like, dude, I mean, what do you got to lose at this point? You should try it. And I was like, fine, I'll give it a try. And 4 years later, I am my home school's first ever player to ever play four full years. You know, and that whole thing was just, it was up and down. You know, I mean, freshman year I came out. You know, my first 2 games I looked probably like I was going to be the top bowler, one of the top at least. Then, as the season progressed, I got worse and worse, and I was just like, man, I'm so rusty at this, you know. And, you know, heading into sophomore year, it was I got a little bit better, but it was a little more of the same. Just trying to fight to, you know, remain as a starter, even though, you know, this is my element. You know, this is what I was, you know, taught growing up. This is how I knew how to do it. But yeah, after a while, then I finally started hitting it, like popping off and all that. Finally got my first 200 game. So that was very nice. Junior year, a little bit of the, I definitely got a whole lot better. I'd say I was probably the top 2 bowler on that team, and another 200, and I was just stoked about it. Senior year was a big emotional roller coaster. You know, backtracking a little bit because, you know, this is kind of leading to the story here. You know, I played football as a freshman, not knowing anything, and, you know, I was you know, overlooked as a freshman, and finally my coach, you know, I quit, and I was actually still working on football, and I still kind of do to this day, you know, even though I'm never going to play again. I'm never going to have the opportunity to play again, but I still
keep doing that. Keep doing that.
Yeah, I still try to work on it, you know, just for something to do, and, you know, I do want to coach sometime in the future.
Exactly.
Yeah. And trying to think here. I already lost my train of thought, man. I was just trying to think where I was at. Okay, I remember that. You know, my coach gets in contact with me. He's like, "We want you back," and I was like, I was kind of like, I don't really want to do it again. And I said, if the only way that I do, I want to kick, because I want to do something. I said, I know you're not going to put me on that field. I said, you and I both know you're not going to put me on that field. How about let me kick then? Let me do something at least. And so I was working, kept on working, and freshman year I was first team for my conference in you know, special teams, and that was a big honor. And then junior year I was not supposed to start at all. Like, well, I mean, I probably would have later on, but I was not supposed to start junior year. One of my teammates, I mean, it was a sad thing at the moment, because, I mean, this dude could have died with how bad he flipped his car. But one of my teammates, our game gets canceled on the Friday we were supposed to play, so we never ended up playing because of severe storms. And then I go to the locker room. My coach comes with me, says, "He got in an accident. You're starting." I was freaking out. I was like, I ain't prepared. I was like, I barely know the plays, dude. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, you know, I spent like probably a half hour to an hour before the game just studying the playbook, because I was like, I am not messing this chance up.
Damn.
For the whole season, -1 game, because I was out with the COVID scare, did not let up. You know, that was probably one of the best years. And then senior year, had 30 kids on the roster December. Come time to condition in May, 4 kids. And that remained throughout the entirety of the season. And finally, I was helping do film at one of my middle school game. They combined with another school because they didn't, you know, both schools didn't have enough. But I was doing film for them. My athletic director comes up to me. You know, I'm talking to him like, dude, I miss this, and he's like, about that. We're not gonna have enough kids at all. Cancels the season right there, and that was just devastating, because, you know, I mean, you gotta imagine, like, especially, I mean, you guys are seniors, but you gotta imagine like how that feels, just knowing that like this is your last chance, and you lost that opportunity.
It's a scary feeling, bro.
Yeah, it's just like, and then bowling season comes in, and I thought it was gonna happen again because we already did not have that much people to begin with, and there was just people just like missing practices and all that, and my coach was just kind of had to stick up his ass the whole time. I hate to throw, I don't, I don't hate to throw him under the bus. I mean, he gave me a big opportunity when he didn't have to. But this guy just kicked off every single person that wasn't showing to at least one practice. Brody actually was one of those, and he was gonna miss one game in one practice because of work. That's it. That's all. That was it.
Wow, he kicked him off.
He got kicked off.
And do the fat.
And we had to combine our girls and boys team just to make sure that we had a season. We only had 8 kids.
Sheesh.
So that's, I think, yeah, that's 5 guys and 3 girls. That's all. That was it. That's all we had, and it was a devastating thing. It was scary, but I got to have my senior season. It didn't really go that well as much as I wanted it to. I didn't have the breakout games like I wanted to, and we didn't go as far in our sectionals like I wanted to. But man, that was gonna be probably one of the best years that I had memories of. Although I got in a little fights, with my teammates. At the same time, it's like it's hard to get along with people that are younger than you. Our entire team was like, I was the lone senior, lone upperclassman. Everybody else was underclassmen, freshmen, sophomores. It's hard to get along with them. But I felt some more bonding, and it's just like I tried mentoring them as much as I could. And I feel like this team's gonna go far in the future. I can't wait to see what's in store for them.
That's how I feel with my wrestling team.
Yeah, and my whole high school career, I was overlooked at every single sport. I played baseball.
Oh God, bro. Oh God.
Everybody didn't think I was gonna be good at baseball. I wasn't the best. I wasn't the best, but I showed them that I could play the damn sport.
Right.
I showed them that I was a starter.
And fuck everybody who doubted us.
Yeah, and then I played track my senior year because I didn't want to play baseball again. Everybody doubted me, even my teammates doubted me. Coach, guess what? Top 2 on that fucking team.
Exactly.
I took
I ain't gonna lie. Like freshman, sophomore year of me wrestling, I ain't gonna lie. I was pretty shit. Okay. But junior, senior year, I started, improving.
Yeah, no, I mean that's everybody, it's just like, people overlook you, and I just sit there, I'm like, listen, I have been doing this shit my whole life. I've been overlooked in everything, even when I was still going to Warren, dude, I was overlooked. They said I would never get on a team. My whole entire high school career has just been to prove people that I can be good.
Right, bro.
But my only big regret is wishing that I could have done more. I wish that I could have taken. I didn't take football as seriously as I did. And I wish I could have took it more seriously. I didn't take bowling as seriously as I could have. I wish I could have took it more seriously. That's my only bigger regrets. I could have been so much better had I done more.
Exactly.
Had I've done more, and that's high school overall. It's just like there's all you have is regrets now. You wish you could have done more when you didn't. You overlooked opportunities.
That's why I'm going to college, bro.
Yeah, and that's another thing that I screwed up. I actually got an opportunity to go play for Thiel College as a kicker. The only reason that I didn't take it though is because of the fact that I have not played a single snap of football since junior year. That's already 2 years ago.
Damn, bro.
And on top of that,
it would have taken a lot of conditioning to get you back into the.
Yeah, I would have had to work so damn hard, and I probably wouldn't have been able to do anything else. I would have had to work hard with that shit, especially on a college level. I mean, and on top of that, I sent him a tape from sophomore year, and they looked at it and be like, "Yeah, we want you." I was like, "Dude, that was a whole 3 years ago." I was like, I didn't make a single extra point.
Totally forgot about something else that I did in high school.
What was that?
Marching band.
Oh yeah, that was your big thing. That
was my big thing. I was drum major senior year.
Yeah, that was a big thing. But so do we have any final thoughts at all before we close this off?
Moral of the story: high school's kind of shitty, but you're gonna miss it in the end.
Facts.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah. If there's any advice that I can give to like all the underclassmen out there, cherish every single moment. You know, I mean, every senior is gonna tell you that. Everybody's gonna tell you that, but we are not fucking lying. That nobody's lying to you when they say cherish the damn thing. It goes by so damn quick, dude. The fact that 2 years, like the start of COVID, you feel like COVID started like last year. It's already been two. We're in our third year. We're in our third year now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been a long ass time.
Yeah, it's been a long
senior
time.
year went by quick, like a snap of a finger.
Yeah, it felt like it just started. It's insane.
Please volunteer for anything.
Oh yeah,
Volunteer
absolutely.
for
Absolutely.
Make the most of it.
Make most of anything you do. Anything.
Yeah.
Put forth everything you have.
Please. If
So-
you get an opportunity, take it.
Take it.
Absolutely.
Run with it. Take it and run with it.
Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Speaking of graduating and graduates, tune in for us next week as we interview and talk to a former TCTC graduate, John Terry, or the Nerdy John Show. We're gonna be talking to him next week. So make sure to tune in for that. Thank you guys so much for listening. I have been Cheeto Torres, and I'm joined with Brooke Whitaker and Eli Jones. And hopefully here soon we're gonna have our full show, and it's gonna be exciting here. So thank you guys for tuning in. Go ahead and tell everybody bye.
Bye, guys.
Adios.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next time.